How many of you single moms have cried while you're washing the utensils at the sink? How many of you have turned on the tap so that your children who are actually right behind you, they're sitting on the dining table, and you've just finished preparing their dinner, you've put it on the table, you prayed with them and asked them to start eating. And they're asking you why you're not eating with them, and you tell them, just start, I'll join you in a few, let me finish these utensils in the sink. But this answer is not because you're not able to sit with them and eat. It's because something heavy is holding you hostage in your throat. And you seriously need to cry. And you go to the sink because you have to also watch them while they're eating. You go to the sink and turn on the tap. And you pretend that you're washing the dishes, but actually you are filling the sink with your tears. How many of you single moms have found yourselves in these situations? Now, I will tell you one of the experiences that I had. My kids were still very young. At that time, my oldest was around 8 years old and my youngest was around 6 years. They have about 2 years difference between them. I found myself in this. Remember, I became a mom so young. I became a mom without preparation. I became a mom without knowing that I wanted to become a mom. I became a mom without knowing what I'm supposed to do to be a mom. And here I was 20-something years old with 2 children on my own without a maid in a foreign land. I tried the best that I could. You know, when you hold everything together and you tell yourself that I'm pro-mom, I'm going to be doing everything. I'm juggling between going to work. I have to wake up very early in the morning. These are kids that I have to clean. I have to bathe them in the morning, prepare their breakfast, pack their bags. Before I can think about when I'm supposed to go into the bathroom to take a shower, I have to prepare everything they need and put their breakfast on the table. While they're taking their breakfast, that is when I rush into the bathroom. Now, I did this for quite some time. And I was extremely exhausted. But I didn't think about the exhaustion. To me, I wanted the best for my kids. I wanted them to be the best, to have the best, to always be on time with everything. So I started operating like a robot. And I'm talking about operating like a robot, not because you program your mind that you're going to be operating like a robot, but because it catches up with you somehow. Because now you're working with schedules, you are working with some kind of program that this has to be done within this time, this has to happen next, this has to happen next, and after this, I'm going to do this, like that. So by the time you're landing into your room to lie down and sleep, it's way past midnight, and you have no memory whether you ate or you even packed your own snacks. So I kept going back and forth with this for a very long time. Until one particular day, I went to take a shower. And I remember this day very well because at this point I came home from work and actually I asked my kids to go and play. I didn't want anybody around me for some reason, so I asked them to go and play outside, and I didn't touch anything. I did not clean up. I did not wash the utensils. I did not do anything. I went straight into the bathroom. And when I got into the bathroom and turned on the shower, I don't know where it came from. I do not remember where exactly it came from, but I cried. I cried for hours. I stayed in that bathroom, if I'm not wrong, for more than 1 hour. I literally sat down and cried. I cried years and years and years of burdens. I cried years and years and years of trying to be a good mom while I have no idea what it means to be a good mom. And it was not the kind of crying where you know exactly what exactly you're crying about. It was more of the body has had enough. The body has held so much inside that it was so tired of holding it anymore. And it was letting everything out. It was letting everything out. I cried for hours. I cried for hours. I didn't think about who can hear me. I didn't think about who is listening. I didn't think about what will the neighbors say. I cried for hours. Then I sat there. I was not thinking. My brain went numb. I was not even thinking about, okay, from here, what next? No, I just sat there. More like my system shut down. Now, so many of us single mothers find ourselves in these kind of scenarios where we are resisting the urge to take a rest, where we are fighting with our bodies when the body is actually fighting us to remind us that you are tired, you are exhausted, and you need to rest. Until that breakdown comes in. Now, I must tell you that crying helped me. I did not initiate it. I did not look forward to it. I didn't think about it, but it came. And I must tell you, it saved a lot. Because soon after that, I was able to pick up from there to do my things in a peaceful way. Now, why am I talking about crying? I'm talking about crying because as a single African diaspora mom, you do not have somebody to lean on. You don't have somebody to go and cry. I mean, you don't have a shoulder to cry on. You don't have somebody to pour your heart out to, that you can sit down with and tell what you're going through. And even if you try, people always tell or always assume that you're very strong. And in fact, you hear so many people saying, oh, you're a very strong mom. You're very strong. You can do this. You are very strong. No, we do not want to be strong. We want to be helped. We do not want to be strong alone. We want somebody to hold our hands. So it is because we are in this situation ourselves, that is why we are not able to find any help. So what happens? I will advise you that when you feel the urge to cry, do not hold back. When you feel the urge to cry, do not hold back. Release that emotion. Release that emotion, go into the bathroom, take a shower, and come out fresh. If it finds you while you're washing the dishes like it happened to me, or while you are almost taking a shower like it happened to me, release that emotion. Remember, you do not have a shoulder to lean on. You do not have a support system. You do not have a partner to call. And you need to be sober and mentally okay for your children. There is a lot of mental health issues that come with being a single mom. So you need to be able to release every emotion that comes out. Release the emotion, because the fastest way that a woman releases the emotion is through tears. Release it. But don't be a crybaby. I didn't mean cry all the time. Just release the emotion so that you relieve yourself of the burden of the pain that has held you hostage out of running up and down trying to put everything together for you and your children. Because you need yourself sane for the sake of your children and for the sake of your job, for the sake of your tomorrow. So crying, that painful cry, that painful tear that comes out of your eyes, that painful cry that finds you or catches up with you unawares, it is a sign that you have overloaded yourself. Your body is tired, your mind is tired, your system is tired, it needs a break. When it comes, don't hold it back. But always remind yourself that that tear does not mean that you're failing. It does not mean that you're not a good mom. It does not mean that you're not doing a good job. It does not mean that you have failed as a mother. It only means that you need a break, you need help, you need assistance, you need a shoulder to lean on. So when it comes, just take a breather, cry it all out, let it all out, let it out. My dear, cry if you can. I know not everybody is capable of crying, but I'm saying if it comes, don't hold it. It's going to save you a lot, especially in this journey of single motherhood. It's going to save you a lot. So I hope that somehow you will find your way through. When you're done crying, take a shower. We said, what do? We cry, we take a shower, you put on your makeup and drink your tea like nothing happened, and you go back to business. Okay? Okay, girl? So don't forget, you're a wonderful mom, you're a good mom, and you're doing a great job. Cry when it is necessary. And when you're done with it, wash your face, put on your makeup one more time, drink your tea, and pick up where you left. But take a rest where you need to take a rest. Do not overburden yourself. I look forward to listening to you, to hearing from you, to reading your comments, and to know how you're managing when you feel strained, when you feel overburdened, when you feel overloaded, when you feel you have done everything that you can do. Please share, comment, like, and subscribe for more videos like this in the next time. Thank you for your time and see you again next time. Bye for now.